dugsiga boardingka iyo maalinlaha ah ee Amano Boarding and Day School.
Assalamu alaikum. Welcome class 7. It's me teacher Hussein, Ramadan Kareem, and today we will start the new chapter which is about water, chapter 11. Yeah, chapter 11. We're heading towards the end. So we will see the seasons of the year. There are 4 seasons in the year recognized by the Somali people and by the world and at large, yeah, and by the world. There are 4 seasons, right? So these are the seasons recognized by the Somali people and the months in which they fall and what happens in the 4 seasons, right? In the 4 seasons. Okay, let's see one by one. There is Gu, which is spring, There's also Haga, which is the summer. There's Dair, which is the autumn. There's Chilal, which is the winter, right? Which is the winter. And this is what happens. So, for example, in Gu, which is the spring, the one we are in now, it's when the rain peaks. So, the Gu season or the spring season starts from April to June. It starts from April to June. Haga, which is the summer, it's usually hot. That's what happens, and it sometimes rains, but it's just occasional. It's not very often. It starts from July and it stretches up to September, right? There is Dair or autumn. The rainy season ends. This is when the rainy season ends. It starts from November to October, just 2 months, right? And there is Chilal, winter. It's dry season. There is no rain at all. And this is when the people harvest the things they have grown in the rest of the year. So it starts from December to March. So these are the seasons that are recognized by the Somali people. There is Gu, there is Haga, there is Dair, there is Chilal. Why are we talking about these seasons in the chapter of water? Because water is related to seasons. There are some seasons that we have plenty of water and it rains, and there are some seasons that we don't have plenty of water and it doesn't rain usually, like Chilal, for example. Okay. Okay. Most of the country receives less than water resources. Most of the country, this country, Somaliland, receives less than 500 millimeter of rain annually. Water is measured in millimeters by using an instrument called what? I hope you know it. It's called what? Rain gauge. Rain gauge is graduated in millimeters, and therefore the amount of rainfall is measured in millimeters. So the amount of rainfall that's received by the country in general on average is less than 500 millimeters annually. Annually means what? Yearly. Yeah? Annually means what? Yearly. The north and the northeast receives as little as 50 to 150 millimeters of rain annually, right? Rain 50 to 150 annually. Rain. So the higher parts in the north receive more than 500 millimeter annually. So there are some differences. There are some differences in different parts of the country in terms of receiving rainfall. Yeah, actually. The southwest receives 330 to 500 millimeter annually. Generally, rainfall takes the form of showers. It's not heavy downpours. It's small showers in most of the parts of the country, or localized torrential rains. Localized means in some parts of the country they receive torrential, very heavy rainfalls, and it's extremely variable. It's extremely variable. It's not. It doesn't distribute equally. It differs in different parts of the country. Okay. Okay, now let's see the sources of water, the resources of water. Rainwater from the roofs. Rainwater from the roofs. Now it is a rainy season and you can see it. Rain falls on top of. Now this is what happens. Rain falls on top of the roof and runs off into gutters. Gutters, you know, we'll see how the gutter looks like. It's much road in Somalia. So when the rain falls on top of the house, it drains into the gutters. Then the gutters directs into a water tanker or maybe a small pool around. It then flows down the drain pipes. Drain pipes are these pipes that take from the gutters to where they're supposed to be, into the storage tank or the pool. Storage troughs can also be built in ground by digging a hole and lining it bricks or stone and cement. Cement. For example, you make a small hole, right? You dig a small hole. This is the earth, right? This is the earth. This is also the earth. You dig a small hole and you brick the walls. You put bricks on the walls. You put bricks on the walls. You put bricks on the walls. These bricks, stone or cement, will protect the water from infiltrating into the soil, and then it will keep and save the water there, right? It will keep the safe and it will keep the waters saved. Okay, these are the gutters I'm talking about. This is the gutter I'm talking about. This is the gutter, you see? This is the gutter. It's collecting water from the roof, and then it will be drained by these pipes, drain pipes, into the water tank, I hope it's not clear, but you will see it. Water from underground. We're talking about getting water from the roofs, now from underground. Water can also be hauled up from underground wells in buckets or wadans. That is wadan. Wadan is a Somali word. It's a Somali-made stuff or utensil. It's sometimes used of tubes, and sometimes it's used of it's used and made up of the skins and hides of small animals. So we use that utensils to pick water from the wells. A winding machine can also be used. So, you know, there are some machines that either make use of the wind or maybe generated by a power, and that they pull up water they bring up water from the wells. Okay, a pump can also be used to bring water from a depth of more than 7 meters sometimes. Yeah, sometimes. Okay, now let's talk about pollution. What's pollution first? Pollution is the contamination of environment with poisonous or harmful substance. In general, that's what pollution means. When we put some harmful chemicals in the environment, then we say the environment is polluted. The environment is polluted, right? These are usually domestic, industrial, or chemical waste products. Domestic means use it at home. There are some things that we use at home, and then when we dispose them improperly and put them somewhere that's unsafe, and it causes pollution. Industrial waste, you know, it's a range of stuff, right? Or chemical waste products. Harmful substances that pollute the environment are referred to as pollutants. Pollutants are substances that we dispose into the environment and then make it polluted, right? Polluted. Okay. Water pollution. So before we talk about water being polluted, let's talk about the properties of pure water. How can we know whether water is pure or polluted? First of all, pure water does not have a smell. It does not have taste, and it does not have color, particular color, right? It's clear. So no taste, no smell, no color is equal to pure water. Okay. When a water is polluted, one or more of these three properties are changed. One or more smell, color, or taste changes. The exception is seawater because it tastes salty, but it otherwise without smell and color. So the normal taste of seawater is salty, but it doesn't mean that it's polluted, okay? That's an exception. Okay, water supplies can be polluted by human activities such as urinating and defecating in water, and it happens in rural areas where there are no toilets, dumping domestic waste, okay, dumping of obsolete domestic industrial equipment, allowing chemical waste from factories and households to reach water sources, allowing garden and farm pesticides to reach into sources, oil from oil tankers and motor vehicles spilling water sources or near them. So all these things spoil and pollute